everybody. It is June 9th, 2023. Let's take a look at what I said about Bitcoin on Monday. Main expectation was to see, most likely this 22 to 23 and a half area. At least 25 is what I was looking for. We did hit 25.5. We haven't seen the sub 25 quite yet, so as I said on Monday, it's all choppy trash in the micro. Hard to say exactly what to expect. Nothing has changed there, honestly. We've really just gotten more choppy trash since then. So I was saying I wouldn't be surprised by a move back up before the next leg down, or it could just continue to dump. We haven't really gotten either. We did sort of get a bounce up into this area. And bigger picture, we're still looking at the same scenarios here that I've been over before. Yellow scenario being the only bullish thing I can come up with, and that relies on a leading diagonal, which is unreliable. So let's jump in here to the action. I'll just do a quick zoom out. Since we did this, I was looking for this area. And we really just got like ABC down, which gave us a W at the time. Back at the beginning of May, I said, that's not going to give us the larger box, so it's probable that we get another move up, another choppy move up, and then further down. So this is that choppy move up I was looking for. There's the X, and then we're looking for the completion of Y here, right? And I think it's looking like we're getting a WXY within the Y. So here's our smaller degree W. We are either done with the X here, or we're going to make another move up here. Either way, I think it's likely to come down here to the Y. Since we haven't actually gotten that region yet, it does look like we still need to get there. And the larger region is this area here, about 20.8 to 25.2. The smaller region, based on this W and this X, is 22 to 25.2. So we have some nice overlap there. And that's why I keep saying, sub 25. I mean, honestly, it's sub 25.2, but realistically, I would expect sub 25. And the target, let me get the ideal target again here for this WX. 23.2 is the ideal target. Not that you always get the ideal, but that 1.0 extension is, what you want to see basically for a correction. Doesn't have to get exactly that, but all right. So zooming in now, a little bit micro. As I said, the micro has been pretty trash. If you zoom into like a 5-minute, you can maybe try to argue 5 waves there, but it's really not super pretty. And it led me to believe that that was an A wave. This is a B wave here, because this is also choppy on the way down. We don't have a 5-wave move on the way down. So, any of this could all still be kind of within this chop for this B wave, anywhere in here. It could just jump up. It doesn't look like it's going to, like this is all choppy crap, right? So that doesn't really support a move up, but I wouldn't be surprised either way. We could definitely see a move here into this area, or we could just drop more directly. I am not betting really one way or the other at this point in time. Either one is quite possible. Because really the Bears and the Bulls have both failed at this point to take over. But regardless, this is my expectation. At a minimum, sub 25. At an absolute minimum. And quite possibly, it can die deeper than that. If we start breaking down through that box, then I move into either the red scenario or the orange scenario, both of which take us down lower to, these 16K or even 14, 12, or in the really bearish scenario, it could lead us all the way down to like 1 or 2K even again. So we'll just have to wait and see if this yellow area here holds. It's the last defense that the Bulls have, honestly. before something more bearish comes along. But if we get into this area, regardless of how we get there, if we get into this area and then we see an impulsive move up, I'll be very happy to buy at that point, because we may go up from there. But till that happens, I remain in cash on the sidelines. So we'll just have to continue to watch and see how the rest of this plays out. If we get any more clarity on the micro, I might try to buy in, small amounts down here. But if we don't have clarity in the micro, then I probably won't. Like if this just nukes, I'm probably not gonna try to buy anything until we get a bounce. Instead, if we get up here and then we do what a C wave should do, is have 5 waves down. If we do something that looks like that, it's a fairly safe-ish bet to try to long right along there if we have a clear 5 waves, because you can get a target for that 5th wave and try to kind of long it. Because at a minimum, you get a correction bounce, or if it's actually the bottom, then you continue upwards with it. So that's kind of my plan as far as things go. But I'm very happy just sitting in cash. I've been trying to scalp some stuff. I shorted this. I shorted this down. I took a bunch of profits there, and then I was trying to do like a scalp long or a hedge long up here. I'm not sure if I'll keep that or not. Right now it does look pretty trash, but the stop really has to be below the 886. So like 25.5. If it goes below 25.5, we're probably continuing downwards. Until that point, it's still possible that this just dicks around with us until it goes up and then drops. But again, I'm not really leaning one way or the other at this point in time. All right, so that sums it up. Bigger picture, sub 25K. What happens in the meantime? We'll just have to wait and see. Oh, the only other thing I should mention, I guess, is the bullish alternative, which I don't think is going to play out, because I don't really like that move, and I don't really like the move that we've seen so far off the low in here. But potentially 1-2. If we bust through this red danger zone, then retest it and make a 5th wave higher, that would be your bullish scenario. And that's kind of the only thing that would change anything about expecting sub 25K. And I'd have to look, bigger picture, it may or may not change things. It's always possible that it just resets this X higher up as well. So we'd have to keep an eye on that, but kind of depends on how it ends up looking. But minimum requirement for bulls would be this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 30K basically. 5 waves to 30K is the only way that possible bull scenario plays out now, but I really don't think it's going to play out. It doesn't look like it's going to. There's nothing supporting that thesis, but I do like having an alternate on here and criteria to look at for, if that happens, what do we do? Well, if that happens, then we look to buy the next pullback after that, basically. So there it is. Right now is pretty much no trade zone if you're not already in a position. If we got here, I'd be happy to short. If we got here, I'd consider longing again, depending on how it looks. All right, I think that pretty much sums it up. I will do an update on Monday for everybody, so we'll see if we have any clarity at that point, and we'll go from there. Everybody have a great weekend. I'll talk to you then.